What's up, Kenra? It's your brand ambassador, Lo, and I have a beautiful model for you today. So we're gonna take it very organic with this color placement because Olivia is super young, she's in high school, and so creating a high maintenance look might not work for her at this point in her life. So with that being said, I wanna create something that will grow out really seamlessly, complement her skin tone, and just look beautiful in all stages of washout and regrowth. So to do that, we're going to do a really simple foil and balayage technique, and it's going to be very easy and really simple to introduce your younger clients to. Our overall goal with this is to bring these beautiful sun-kissed ends all the way up. So she's less of an ombre look. We're gonna create a honey dimensional color with a very, very, very subtle money piece. You know, what's really trending right now is like a big statement money piece, but given everything that we said in the onset of this tutorial, we're gonna take a super fine section just so it keeps it in the natural category. Okay, so we have all of these really super fine hairline pieces pulled out. Again, just to reiterate, we don't want a very prominent money piece, so I'm gonna do the super finest weaves with 20 volume lightener. Her hair is gonna lift really well. That's not the issue. I just want to use a very moderate to slow developer because when we do the balayage, I'm gonna need to spike it so it lands in the same tonal value with the lift. Okay, now that I have those initial 4 teeny foil pieces in, I'm gonna take a look at her hairline just beyond that. The reason is because she has a little bit of a bang, so as I balayage these pieces, I wanna make sure that these shorter bits connect to her length. We will be shaping up her parameter in the future of this appointment, so I just want to make sure that I have all of my details worked out as I'm in this phase of the color. Okay, now I'm switching over to balayage. So for this, I upped my developer to 30, and I'm gonna glide on nice large panels that connect her washed out ends to higher up in her placement. And I'm gonna pull on your hair, Oli, so just resist. It's important to coach your balayage clients and let them know where you want them because you know, you're kind of at the mercy of the hair falling in the right position. So just make your life easier and communicate with your clients. Like I often just tell them to resist when I pull. It's not gonna hurt, I'm not gonna go crazy, or I'll just tap on their shoulder so that they're in the easier position for me to work. Now I'm going to have her tilt her head here and blend this color right up close to the scalp. And when we melt her in the toning bowl, it's just going to create a really, really soft melt. I'm always double checking the back of these sections because I want it to blend really nicely. So with this section, I'm gonna stick within the bottom area and kind of blend it up without going so much into her root. This will just give us a slight little bit of rootiness in very strategic areas that we want to keep rich, so the color has a nice balance to it. Our next objective would be to take a nice diagonal section here and to create a beautiful soft veil of color that will lay over all of this natural hair. Our objective is to keep her really natural looking and to kind of like erase a look of two tones. So I think we're well on our way here. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my sectioning right across the top, kind of like leaving a little gap between our last color placement, and just kind of like the middle of the back of the nape here, kind of where the calic lives. As you can see, the section goes all the way to that calic area, which means if her hair were to split, there's not going to be a unblended situation happening back there. It'll be really soft and diffused, and it's a really good anchor for, you know, your attention whenever you are lifting somebody, because oftentimes that area gets overlooked. But when your hair splits, you definitely don't want a little dark hole back there. So this is where we're gonna stop. All of this hair is not going to stay parted here on either side of her head. So what the end result is gonna be is this area and back is gonna create a very soft, diffused baby light, which will be really nice to see, because ultimately our goal is a very soft, golden, kind of bronzy tone. So I don't wanna erase all of this beautiful base, I just want to blend it in. And this kind of made me very happy because it's already pretty organic to how her hair naturally wants to be. Here's how Olivia's hair came out, and we absolutely love the natural organic effect that we created. We took a lot of that warm golden that was just hanging out at the bottom of her hair and brought the lift up around her face to just set off her eye color. And as you can see, even though we did a pretty heavy balayage on the side of each quadrant, the blend came out so effortless. And for this tone, we used a 4N and an 8N all over. Speaking lightly about those foil sections, they lifted really nice and pure. And so when it came to the tone, I wanted to make sure that I toned out the back before combing in those front pieces, just because you want to make sure that you're doing things with intention. So if the foils came out light, you don't want them to totally disappear because you just lay on the toner all at one point in time to let it process. So we still got a slight little bit of lift. I wanted those to be nice and soft and neutral and barely there, and I think we hit the mark with that. Looking at the back, I love how soft that looks, even though we didn't really put much color back here. Remember at the recession of her hair, we took our placement and our sectioning so far back that it actually brought that dimension all the way back into the crown without doing too much application there. So we love that. And overall, I feel like her hair looks healthier, soft, and low maintenance, which is what we love for her. This was such a fun tutorial to create for you. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you love classes like these, you have to subscribe to the Kenra Professional YouTube channel because there's so many more classes on this channel that you will not want to miss. Several are from me personally, which obviously you can imagine how many different various techniques that I have to share with you. And if you want to follow me on my hair journey, you can find me at _Wheeler Davis right on Instagram. We'll see you guys.